यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा जय कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे हरे जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा जय जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव Principal Paramaham Savadikacharya Ashtattva Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Founder Acharya ISKCON Stouffville Srila Vicharan Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Gandhima Ki Jai. Yamrama Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Radha Ghunshyam Khand Giri Govardhani Ki Jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadramai Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Marka Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Mukti Dham Ki Jai. Puri Dham Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। षट गोस्वामी की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण कन्हैयालाल की जय। जय गौ सीतनाथ प्रेमानंद हरे बोल। All Gurishta assembled devotees, all Gurishta assembled devotees, all Gurishta assembled devotees, all Gurishta goes to Guru and Gauranga, all Gurishta Prabhupada, all Gurishta Gurudev. Jai gau सीतनाथ प्रेमानंद हरे बोल। Hare Krishna devotees, please accept me in my Dandavad Pranam. Welcome all for today's Sunday office program at ISKCON Stouffville. So today we will try to read, study and try to understand the subject matter connected from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. The chapter is 9, text 20, the most confidential knowledge. So the shloka goes like this. So before we get into the shloka, we'll do some invoking prayers. We'll take the blessings of the exalted personalities who are come down from the Parampara. Okay? नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवयां भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं श्याम। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, text 20, the most confidential knowledge. Trividyamam soma paputa papa. Trividyamam soma paputa papa. Yajjairishva svargatim prartayante. Yajnair Ishtvasvargatim Prartayante. He Punyam Asadya Surendra Lokam. He Punyam Asadya Surendra Lokam. Ashnante Divyam Dividheva Bhogam. Ashnanti divyam dividheva bhogam. Traividyamam soma paputa papa. Yajnairishva sargatim prartante. He punyam asadya surendra lokam. Ashtanti divyam dividheva bhogam. Traividyamam soma paputa papa. यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यं साध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकाम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान् त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं हे पुण्यसाध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान्
त्रैविद्यामां सोमपापूतपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ये पुण्यम् असाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देव भोगान्
त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा यज्ञैर्स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते पुण्यमसाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
अश्नाति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान् त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते हे पुण्यमसाध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान्
त्रैविद्यामां सोमपापूतपापा
त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा
यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते
यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते
हे पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
हे पुण्यमसाध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देव भोगान्
अश्नन्ति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान् त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा हे पुण्यसाध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नाति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान् त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते हे पुण्यमसाध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नाति दिव्यं दिवि देव भोगान्
त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा
त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा
यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते
यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते
पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
हे पुण्यमसाध्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम्
अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देव भोगान्
Traividyah, the knower of the three Vedas, Mam, me, Somapha, drinkers of Soma juice, Puta, purified, Papaha, of sins, Yajnaiha, is sacrifices, Istva, worshipping, Swagatim, passage to heaven, Partayante, Prarthayante, pray, for, te, de, punyam, payas, asadya, attaining, sura indra, of indra, lokam, the world, ashnanti, enjoy, divyan, celestial, divi, in heaven, deva bhogan, the pleasures of the gods. Translation prepared by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanam Salakaya Chakshurun Militamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I once again welcome you all for the Sunday Love Peace program at our ISKCON Stouffville. Today we'll be trying to read and understand the most confidential knowledge and explain in the chapter 9, text 20. I don't know why they gave only 20. Actually, it's supposed to be 20 and 21, but anyway, it's fine. It's all interconnected, 20 and 21. So it goes like this. Those who study the Vedas, please repeat after me. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reactions. They take birth on the pious heavenly planets of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. Anybody would like to read the translation once again? Loudly.
Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reactions, they take birth on the pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights.
Good. Thank you, Mother. Anybody got a loud sound box? They can read the purport.
We can give a mic.
The Traya Vidya refers to three Vedas, Sama, Yajur and Rig.
Mataji required mic.
Mic.
Take this. It is not working.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. The word Trividya refers to the three Vedas, Sama, Yajur and Rig. A Brahmana who has studied the three Vedas is called a Trivedi. Anyone who is very much Trivedi. Anyone who is very much attached to knowledge derived from the three Vedas is respected in society. Unfortunately, there are many great scholars of the Vedas who do not know the ultimate purport of studying them. Therefore, Krishna herein declares himself to be the ultimate goal of the Trivedis. The actual Trivedis take shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and engage in pure devotional service to satisfy the Lord. Devotional service begins with the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra and side by side trying to understand Krishna in truth. Unfortunately, those who are simply official students of the Vedas become more interested in offering sacrifices to the different demigods like Indra and Chandra. By such endeavor, the worshippers of different demigods are certainly purified of the contamination of the lower qualities of nature and are thereby elevated to the higher planetary systems, or heavenly planets known as Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, etc. Once situated on those higher planetary systems, one can satisfy his senses hundreds of thousands of times better than on this planet.
Thank you, Madam. So I want to talk much about the most confidential knowledge, confidential now, and the most confident. Like that, there are so many, all the previous experts, Pravachankaras, they have already given many details on that. So we'll directly get into the subject matter. Hare Krishna. I'm audio, right? Oh, this is sometimes work, sometimes doesn't work. No, okay, fine. Material world. See, here the most important subject matter is Vedas. It will be sometimes we'll have some kind of an interaction too. What is Vedas? What do you mean by Vedas? Vedas means is knowledge. Why Vedas is been implemented in this Mrityu-loka? Anybody give one nice, simple, one-line answer?
To give intelligence.
Apabhiji, to give
Intelligence.
intelligence we are getting from all these material universities. There are millions of universities, school, colleges, whatnot. There are so many things which gives the knowledge. Amapati? To purify. Correct. Anybody?
It is stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mayam of the Divinai Krishna Smriti Gyan, Divya Krupaya Kaila Krishna Vidipurana.
Prabhu, translate and tell.
Because we are guided by negligible energy of the Lord, we don't have any knowledge of the Lord. That's why the Lord gave this by the Vedic literature to us.
You understood what Prabhu said? See, from the time immemorial, we are illusioned in this material world. We don't have any knowledge of the original Father, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. We have all the material knowledge with all these universities, whatever we have, we all studied there and we have come out, but still we don't have any knowledge of absolute truth. That's why Prabhu says, we are all under ignorance. He didn't say directly, but we are. Okay? So, to get the real knowledge, to understand Krishna, he has given these Vedas. So, the three Vedas, those time, from last 5,000 years, we can say like that, many of in the Varnashrama Dharma, so-called intelligent person, Brahmanas, they are supposed to read, understand the Vedas, or the Trivedas. That is why they call it the Trivedis. And these exalted Brahmanas, who are expert in the Vedas, all the three Vedas, if they don't come to the conclusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, after reading, studying, understanding, intensify that Vedic knowledge, then it's all waste. In simple matter. Shamavaihi Kevalam. So anybody got any confusion in this? Because this is a basic one which I was talking about. Srila Prabhupada says what Vedas consists of. We read some of the important points here also. Those time Brahmanas who recite any of the Vedic shlokas or Vedic explanation, the whole world used to respect them so much. If that Brahmana doesn't connect, Krishna says elsewhere in Bhagavad Gita, I'll read out that shloka, I think is in Purushottama Yoga, in 15 Vedesh Sarveraham. 15, correct? Yeah. See, Mataji knows. Sarvasya chaham sadivishto, matsasmriti jnanam apahanam cha, vedeshcha sarver aham eva vidya, vedanta krit veda vid eva chaham. He says that I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Try to understand. I am all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compeller of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Krishna declares very clearly in this. So, when Brahmanas is called as the intelligent class, and they sacrifice their entire life by trying to understand the Vedanta Sutras, and so many other scriptures to come to the conclusion Krishna is absolute truth. Everything is emanate from him. If whoever the practitioner in the Brahmana community, if they don't read to that particular subject, Krishna is absolute truth, whatever they practice is all waste. We have to understand this is very direct and very clear it is. Okay? Now, having said that, what is happening here? Many are, as the Kali advancing, there are two type of different Brahmanas. Many type, Prabhupada he says that. So that is why we sincerely request read Srila Prabhupada books. Who are all these two type of Brahmanas? Anybody got any idea? I'm general talk. Because Prabhupada in his lectures he says that there are two types. We read so many times, it comes automatically. Okay, I will tell. By birth Brahmana, by birth Brahmana, and one by one. Tell me.
By qualification.
Prabhu says by qualification.
By practice of devotional service.
Application, practice. It's very important, very nice. Anybody else anything can contribute on that? To be more precise and
One
understand?
who knows the science of Krishna, he is a Brahmana. Hiva Vipra
Karma.
It is
Hivanya.
By karma.
by karma.
Do the good karma.
No, the Brahmanas, see, what is their duty? They are supposed to read and understand the Vedanta Sutra, all those details, right?
Katina Patina. What is that?
Knowledge to the people.
They have to learn the Vedas, they have to practice, and they have to teach.
Like,
So
apply,
that is
teach.
in science with Patina Patina, something like
Vedapati, Karmakandi Brahmanas, who follow the actual rituals and Vedas, those are Brahmins. But those are by birth. The person who by practice follow everything, those similar to the Brahmanas, is called also Brahmanas.
So here a lot of confusion, you know. A lot of confusion is there. Now, as per our Acharya, one so-called Brahmanas, if he practices authoritative scriptures properly and apply it in his life, guna karma vibhagashaha, guna, the qualities will manifest automatically within him, provided if he practice like how Bhagavad Gita as it is, and he has to practice properly under the guidance of the spiritual master. Even the Brahmanas also, they have spiritual master. So over a period of time, all these good qualities, when it is manifest, he rises to the as a pure Vaishnava. When a person who is there on the platform of pure Vaishnava, all these rules and regulation is not bothered. He will have a unconditional loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Vaishnava qualities are such. I'm not going in depth, but I'll give some glimpse of the differences, you know. So there's a difference between a Vaipurta Brahmana who doesn't practice properly, you know, always he claims I'm a Brahmana, I'm a Brahmana. In the society, if somebody says I'm a Brahmana, he'll be respected a lot, isn't it? So if he doesn't have the qualities of the Brahmana, what will happen? He himself is not able to understand, and he cannot preach of the real truth of the knowledge. The knowledge, he cannot be able to communicate it. So this is something which we have to understand. So these are some of the qualities which talks about Veda. That is why in the 1:15:15 which says that of all the Vedas I am to be known. So Krishna is a central point. For example, like the great Vedavyas. Who is Vedavyas?
Compiler of Vedas.
none than Lord Sri Krishna.
Krishna himself.
This
Writes Mahabharata and
You are nearing to that. I'm looking some terminology.
Compiler of the Vedas.
composer.
Mhm.
Satya
And what else?
Satyavati or Shantanu ke son, one of the son.
You sitting in this place, there are so many exalted personalities have said, in simple one sentence. Who is Veda Vyas? Okay. Who is Vaipavana Vyasadeva?
Incarnation of Krishna.
Prabhu says incarnation, correct? He said incarnation is correct, but you left
Who has
one word
compiled
which
the
starts.
Vedas?
Compeller of Veda. Krishna says, I am the compeller of the Veda.
Veshpayan, Krishna Veshpayan, as another name of Vedas.
Okay, we will talk only one Veda. Who is Veda Vyas?
He is the compiler of the Vedas. And
Okay, I will tell you.
Krishna.
The time is also very important. He is a literary incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is an authoritative person. He is a 17th incarnation of the Supreme Lord Krishna. If somebody writes all these Vedas, other kind of stuff, people in this material world, they don't believe it. He is somebody, the scholarly person, he has written it. I don't know how many mistakes are there in it. They'll try to find the faults in those scriptures. That is why Krishna himself, he appeared as a literary incarnation. He has written this, all the Vedantas, Puranas, there are so many scriptures, Mahabharata, everything he has written. But he was not happy. Why he is not happy?
He didn't emphasize devotional service.
Why he is not happy? It is connected to this point only. A few minutes before we were talking about it. Why he was not happy? Why the Brahmanas are not happy?
He was not describing himself.
Because it's
Huh?
not described
He
about
was not
Krishna.
describing himself.
It's a glorification of
Glorify
Krishna.
Krishna.
See, there's Arul Prabhu said, he has written everything. Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, all the Kanda, whatever is there in the, Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Karma Kanda, all the details which is there in the Vedas, he's explained everything in detail. Puranas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, all the things. To rise people, two-legged animals, so that they can rise into the human platform. He had done everything, but he was not happy. Then what happened after that? As Prabhu says, his spiritual master Narada Maharshi, he told him, you have done everything is all fine, but you are not explaining the source of the source. Sarva Karana Karanam. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. You have not explained anything about him. That is why you are not happy.
Glorification of the Lord.
Yeah, glorification of the Lord. You are not explained, not to glory, the explanation who is God. The Bhagavatam says gives a clear information about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If somebody asks somebody who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because we got so many sampradayas, apasampradayas, self-made, so whatnot. There are so many in this material world. So, for that purpose, we have to understand very clearly Vaipavana Vasudeva, he has written this Srimad Bhagavatam. So, in this Srimad Bhagavatam, the entire, I'm not going to go in detail, there are 10 Lakshanas which is there in full detail, which is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Those are the very important things for a layman like us, where we can understand and so that we can purify ourselves. Over a period of time, if our practice is really good, with the guidance of the spiritual master and association of the Shiksha Gurus, we have got so many Shiksha Gurus. With the help of the Guru Sadhu Shastra in one sentence, we have a chance to rise above the three modes of material nature. And that all condensed into one Mahamantra, that is chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When it is all drills down to the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is a Yuga Dharma of this Kali Yuga, that's the only thing. Kalau nasteva gatiranatha. There is no other way. You cannot be expert in Srimad Bhagavatam. You cannot be expert in Srimad Bhagavad Gita because Krishna is unlimited. All these things are unlimited. We have got very limited knowledge. That is why Krishna himself, he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the golden avatar of 537 years before, and he established Sankirtana Yajna. In this Sankirtana Yajna, he simply gave 16-syllable Mahamantra. That's all you have to do, nothing else. When you start offenselessly chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is in the form of transcendental sound vibration. Try to understand. Krishna, he is in the form of transcendental vibration. When we utter this 16-syllable Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the vibration, the sound vibration enters into our ears and it enters directly into the heart, where from the time immemorial we accumulated so much of garbage. Okay? This is in a material world. When we say, then only we will understand. Okay? So much of garbage. Because of this garbage, we are rotting around this 8,400,000 species up and down, up and down. One who is good in the Trivedis also, if we don't understand Krishna, he'll be going up and down in heavenly planets, Indra, Chandra Loka, Mahar Loka, Tapar Loka, Jana Loka. They'll be going up and down where they have innumerable facilities which you can't even imagine. Srimad Bhagavatam, it says many times in the purport of Srila Prabhupada says the major hurdle of this material world is two things. I just want to know from the devotees who are reading Srimad Bhagavatam early morning and also who are already read, what is these two things is a major hurdle in this material world?
Money and women.
How much is it?
Money and women.
Fantastic point. Very nice. Anybody else? They disagree with this? Mataji, what she says?
Those who are practicing Krishna conscious women are not in that group.
Who said that? There are so many women are there. There are so many are there in the morning class. They ask so many questions. They ask questions in the heavenly planet also, what is happening over there? Even though it is not there, they ask so many things. And answer is correct. There are two things. One is women, another is opulence, material opulence. These opulences, once it goes up, the substitute of this opulence is I, me, it increases like a wildfire within our heart. The desire will get polluted. The polluted desire leads to the mode of ignorance. Simultaneously, what happens? Women. This is another dangerous one. It attracts so much, never satisfied. It is like today we'll have a idli chutney, something like that, it is like that. This both put together comes in, all these Trivedis, whatever everything is going above head. Even the Trivedis who doesn't practice properly also, who are not able to understand Krishna, whatever they are talking about little here and there about the Karma Kanda or Upasana Kanda, Upasana Kanda is a bridge between the Karma Kanda and the Jnana Kanda. Okay? All those things also they are not able to understand. Even though they push you to the heavenly planets going up and down, still we are not able to understand. So, we have to be very, very careful, because there is a special mercy as on today in this material world. It is flowing like a Ganga. How Bhagirata brought down this Ganga, like that Mahaprabhu, he has given this Hare Krishna Mahamantra so that you can go beyond these two biggest hurdles, which is stopping people to understand pure Krishna consciousness. That is clearly possible if at all, if anybody attentively, with a strong desire, associate with a like-minded devotees or pure devotees who are good in Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, scripture, and they should be practicing properly. And if you associate with them, slowly, gradually will rise. All these anarthas over a period of time, it reduces. Because we as a Jivatma, spirit soul, the spirit soul, the fragmental portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead has all the good qualities which is there in it, but it is covered currently. Completely it is covered. You know that coconut shell? When the coconut dried up, what will happen? Outside shell and the inside coconut will get separated. If you shake it, you can hear that. Something very similar to that. When Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra in a purified manner, the sound vibration enters in, it breaks the outer shell of the coconut. The outer shell is nothing but the garbage which is accumulated and is covered completely, tightened it. When Mahamantra enters in, it cut opens. The Jivatma, Atma, is released from all this. Immediately Atma will get connected to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Connects to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this process is called, what is this process is called? Okay, right, liberation.
Liberation.
Prabhupada says a very nice, simple word. We all know that. When we are talking 100 times, we use that word.
Bhakti.
Detachment, bhakti, devotion. Yes, who said that? Prabhuji, that is Krishna consciousness. Correct now, Prabhu? Prabhupada said that, right? That is Krishna consciousness. It is simple, it is. No complicated rule. I have not taken anything complicated subject here. Simple. That is Krishna consciousness. Connecting. So, here that's what it says. And a couple of points which are benefit as per the shloka. Soma juice. What is this Soma juice is all about? Many times we heard that, right? Sometimes we hear Soma juice. Sometimes we hear Varuni liquor. All heavenly delights, heavenly, kind of stuff. But Prabhupada says in his pravachan, he explained to the disciples there, the Soma juice and compare with our Mrittiloka liquor which is available every nook and corner. Billions and billions of dollars they are investing for this material liquor. In a very attractive way they present the thing. It has gone to such an extent in this material world. There is a indifferences between countries. Our neighbor country has some tariff problem. Our people, they stopped getting those things. If somebody reads, you will understand that. What is happening? Because at the end of the day, it is liquor only, isn't it? So now I wanted to ask a question. If somebody consumes Mrati Loka, this special liquor which is available everywhere, LCBO or whatever they call, what you will get it? If somebody consumes it, how he behaves? Consciousness will drop. Huh?
Ignorant.
Mad person, like a mad person.
Like a mad person.
Ignorant.
Ignorance. Huh?
That's a liver damage.
Liver damage. Who says liver damage? Yeah, it's also correct. Why not? Yeah, Panchabhuta body, this is one of the organ which is injected in the lung. Yes, why not?
Structure is ruptured there in that area.
Yeah, any other points?
Always an illusion, no? Drunkard means not
Yeah.
the real conscious.
No, Prabhupada says in a very simple word. He says that in Soma juice, drinking Soma juice, no, not juice, no, the material liquor we are talking about, right? So he says, drinking Mratiloka liquor will increase sense gratification and it increases sinful activities. It increases the sinful activities. Somebody is there in the mode of goodness, he will put down to the mode of passion, it will finally come down to the mode of ignorance. Because of that influence of the passion and the ignorance, what will happen? He will do all sorts of nonsense things. And the reaction of the karmas are increasing, sinful activities increasing day by day it goes. That is why in our 4 regulative principle, liquor is prohibited. So whoever wanted, whoever is having, I mean, this is a time you can live. Give up. By chanting Hare Krishna mantra, you can give up easily. Very easily you can give. It's not a big issue. Now, in compare with this material liquor, in this shloka they talk about Soma juice. Srila Prabhupada says, no, we heard this. Now I want to hear from your all end. What is this Soma juice? How in comparison with the material liquor?
This some of this purifies us. Bhuta Papa is there.
Yes, yes.
This involves
Correct, right.
Those who are taking that indulgent to do more and more sense gratification.
More and more sense gratification.
Yeah,
Soma
by
juice.
drinking that.
Soma
By
juice?
drinking that, yeah.
No, Soma juice is a heavenly delight.
Yeah,
But what is the
but
composition
what
of
is
juice?
that?
What is
Yeah.
juice?
Huh?
What is the composition of that juice?
This is a heavenly speciality, Prabhu.
But what is the composition?
There is no question of composition here. It is all specialized, it is very secret. Not like our, thing like.
What is the composition?
Okay, I'll put it in this angle. Probably, they have a different mantras. Through that mantras, they have created this Soma juice.
Okay, so there is no physical nature of the liquid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that Soma juice, Srila Prabhupada, our Acharya says, what he says, drinking Soma juice will eradicate urge to do sinful activities. The urge which is there. Huh? Yes, it eradicates. That is why these people who are there in the heavenly planets, Mahalok, Taparlok, wherever they are therein, they are not going to do any sinful activities. People who are there in the Maharloka, Taparloka, Janaloka, they were bereft of the mode of passion and ignorance. All the time they were there in Brahmaloka, and all the time they were there in mode of goodness. That is also one type of a trap. That's a different story. But at least they are there in that level.
They spend time in dance, women and wine and all those things. They don't do any devotional activities there.
See, Mataji, we are not talking about devotional subject at all here. Devotional something beyond. Even the heavenly planets, people who are there in all the higher planetary system, they cannot understand the devotional service. That is like a Chintamani, that is something beyond it is. They have to get connected with the pure devotees, like-minded devotees. Then only the glimpse of what is devotional service they will understand. In this material world, 99.9% everybody is on the Shudra standard.
So Prabhu, those who are doing punya, they take birth in the higher planetary
Yes.
system, and there they enjoy materially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
So
nicely
what
they
is
are
the use
enjoying.
of drinking that juice and that?
Yeah, because they have done some punya karmas. You only said, answer is that they have done punya karmas. That is why they are there.
But once
They
finish
live
that
50,000,
quota, they have to come
20,000
back.
years. Amate?
So what is the use of do?
That is why in the
Endeavoring
sloka
for
says
that.
that is no use. Again, after the punya kine vishanti, they have to come down.
Yeah.
Once after coming down, what they do?
Again, they have to start from the scratch.
Okay, this is a good question. Now we'll ask that. Punya kine vishanti, they come down to this material world. What will happen after that?
If they come back after, they come in the Manish Yoni or the different Yonis, and then they have to go 8.4 million Yonis.
No, they will get a human form.
Human form,
Immediately
okay.
they'll get a human
That's
form.
correct, yeah.
But where they will take birth,
Oh yeah, that depends on the karma.
isn't it? All the punyas, accumulated punya, they stayed for 10-15,000 years, whatever the allocated
How to calculate that one? Let's say for I had the good karmas and I went to have
law of karma.
yeah.
That will
But
take care
what
of
is
law
the
of karma.
balance like let's say I earned the 1,000 point for good karmas and then I go to Swargaloka. So how many time I stay there?
How much punya you do,
Yeah.
that much time you will stay.
But the
that
time is different
percentage.
here and there, right? So
Yes, exactly.
So you want to know how long you will be there?
Yeah, how long be there?
So there are 6 months is here,
One day.
6 months material.
No, there
calculation
one day
is
it is here 6 months.
Yeah, 1 day.
Okay. Paramatma who is sitting next to you, Prabhu, you know, he is watching, no? He allocate everything.
Exactly, by right here.
See, Paramatma who guides everything. Who are all the people? Because he knows past, present and future. Whatever your accounts, everything he knows very clearly. Accordingly, he will post it to some of the, all the heavenly planets. So once all the punya karmas, whatever you accumulated, it gets over, you will come down, you will take in a family of, he says that, a family where you can practice Krishna consciousness also, you can practice material consciousness also. Choice is yours. Because you got a mighty independence, accordingly, you can do that. But a pure devotee who is not able to complete 100%,
He will take birth in the aristocratic family.
he won't go to the heavenly planets. First, we will start from there. He won't go to any heavenly planets. Immediately, the next birth, he takes as a human form, and he'll take a birth in a Vaishnava family or a wonderful Brahminical manifested family, and he will practice pure Krishna consciousness wherever he is left. He will continue that, he will complete it, and he'll go back to God. That means the illusion which is coming from the 12 different directions, he is able to withstand that because of his previous practice. Every time we say no, all the previous Ugra karmas only we are suffering here. Like that, all the previous good karmas, whatever he had done, he is able to continue that. Example like Bharata Maharaj. That's all. You know the subject matter. Okay. So that is connected with soma juice and the things. Try to understand, soma juice is not going to harm you like how the Mrityu-loka,
Not
it is
like
liquor.
that, yeah.
Yes, that
But
is
anyway,
different.
it's not going to help that much.
No, the question is, Mataji, they'll stay always in the mode of goodness, isn't it? Even the heavenly planets, what will happen because of the high level of opulence, what they have, all these celestial girls who are there, who attracts them. Because of that, they are not able to practice pure devotional service. It is not that they don't get any opportunity. Exalted personality like a Narada Maharshi, sometimes he goes to the heavenly planet, he gives all the things. Brahma himself will come down and he talks about many things. But these people have to take, no? Gandharva, Siddha, Charanas, Vidyadharas, they have to take it, right? That is, sometimes it is not possible. Even though they are in the mode of goodness. So this is what it happened. That's a very clear, Krishna says very nicely here.
Prabhu,
So-
what drink did Narada Muni, the two sons of Kuvera, what drink did they drink? Narada Muni went and cursed, right? He said,
Fine. Wonderful question. How Prabhuji?
Varun. Yeah.
You heard what Prabhu?
They had Varuni and having associated with the ladies, taking.
So much is not available here, right?
Huh? No, so much use, it is not available here. The question Srila Prabhupada says why he brought down this particular thing over here is, so much use is available in heavenly planets. Opulence, all kind of stuff is available in heavenly planets. These people who are spending billions of dollars, one second, these people who are spending billions of dollars using those rockets, Sputnik and all kind of stuff, they go there, isn't it? Actually, they have not gone there. You know, it is not possible. They cannot go. It is impossible. So, when somebody is worshipping demigods, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, finally when the transmigration takes place, they'll go to that particular loka. If somebody worships Brahma, as per the scripture, when he leaves the body, he'll go there. When the punya karma is over, if he doesn't follow the instruction of the Brahma, he will come back.
Even if you worship the ancestors, you will go to that.
Pitraloka, yes. Yes, he will go there. This is what it is. This explains very nicely. So here also it gives the glimpse of that. So in the next sloka also it clearly says, you know, I'll read the translation that will help you all. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their past activities are exhausted, you know, when it is exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of three Vedas, you know, achieves only repeated birth and death. The next sloka, which connects very nicely, you know. Trivedis, if he is not able to understand the absolute truth in their practices, they will go to the higher planetary system, they will come back, you know. This is what is happening. They will be rotting around up and down, it is going on and on and on, is going on. Now, we have got one opportunity in this 10,000 years, which is allocated by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We have got what? The most important one, what we have in our hand, the real weapon, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. At any cost, at any situation, don't leave Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Practice nicely Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Get attached to the Hare Krishna Mahamantra rather than getting attached with the women and, you know, opulence. When I say women, you have to be very careful. Women are the number one favorable for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? There is a flexibility is there. But the problem here in the Varnashrama Dharma, there is one Grahastha is there. In that Grahastha, we are allowed to be with a woman in an authorized way. That is called Grahastha. Once, you know, if they are married and a woman, is a Ekaprati Pratastha, like our Lord Ramachandra is. You know, in that way, you have every facility there. But that facility to be used to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Grahastha, husband and wife, you know, they have to use that facility to bring the yonis who are favorable to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If they don't do it, they will fall down. How we have to do it? There is a book called Samskara. You have to use this. Like a Garbhadana Samskara, Shimantanena. Like, you know, there are so many Vidyarama, there are so many things. Gurukulas, they have to understand. You have to nurture from the childhood children in pure Krishna consciousness. They will come to know over a period of time this world Mrityuloka, what is this Mrityuloka is all about, which is good, which is bad. They will be able to see that very clearly. They will be very strong. Otherwise, three modes of material nature is so strong, immediately it pulls anybody. Honestly, I'll tell you, people who are practicing within the Krishna conscious environment also, they are facing these type of problems. So that is why Srila Prabhupada says, always associate with the devotees, associate with the Bhagavatam, Mahabhagavata, devotee Bhagavata all the time. Because padam padam yadvipadam tesham. Every step there is a danger. Only Hare Krishna Mahamantra only, it helps us to come out. Sometimes we think I am a very intelligent, I know everything. We are proud of ourselves with the knowledge, whatever the material the universities has provided for us. That is not going to help us. All these scholarly things, everything will go away. When the time of the transmigration, the breath which is allocated, if it is over, everything is cut off in seconds. You all heard of Ajamila story? He is about to be pulled. Bhagavatam, people who are reading Bhagavatam early morning, they know this subject very well. In detail, they know it. That is why we have to rise. It requires Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, application. Application is very important. Then what will happen if the application takes place properly? Then the detachment will take place. There's a beautiful sloka. Anybody knows the sloka? Please talk about the application.
Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prajita Janati Asu Vairagya Jnanam Prajita.
Yes, that is one. Yes, the beautiful sloka. There is one more sloka. Arjuna asks, Chanchalame Mana Krishna, he says. He gives the answer. Krishna, he gives the answer very clearly. Directly he gives the answer. Asamshayam Mahabaho Manodurnigraham Chala Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagena Chagrahyati. When you practice it properly, Vairagya will take place automatically. If you don't practice it at all, what are the use that we'll be talking once continuously about that and no application. The other side, application is required. Then you will see the real truth. What is the use of licking the honey bottle? Take out and open the lid and Prabhupada says this. Open the lid and take a spoon and put the honey on your tongue. Then you'll come to know the real taste.
Stop licking out the bottle.
Isn't it, Mataji? That's what Srila Prabhupada says. Follow the footsteps of the exalted personalities, acharyas. Yatyatashiri seshtas. Tattat yotarodina. Sayat pramanam kurte lokastat nuvartate. So, this is a subject matter today. And also the last word. Okay, that's different. What is the last word he says? Something he says. This is again the higher planetary system. Once situated on those higher planetary system, one can satisfy his senses hundreds and thousands of times better than on this planet. Ah, Prabhuji? No, I'm telling you this one. I'm just see what exactly higher planetary system. Once situated on those higher planetary system, one can satisfy his senses hundreds and thousands of times better than on this planet. In this planet itself, assume that you think in this angle. Before coming to the Western country, we lived in Punjab, some lonely, some isolated village. Assume that, probably I'm giving an example. Some isolated village over there. We are very happy, but the desire was there. Oh, these people in the Punjab, they go to the Western country, they go to America, they go to Canada, they are so opulent, and they cannot come here immediately, is it? They wanted, there's a process, right? You have to get the visa has to be stamped, then we have to be qualified for that. So much of money has to be deposited, all kind of stuff. There are so many rules and regulations. Then only we can come here. Likewise, if you want to go to the heavenly planets also, there is certain procedures which is mentioned in the Vedas. Those are the things, if you practice it, once if you transmigrate, we will go to that particular loka. Isn't it? Now what happened after coming here? Are we really improved in our spiritual life? or which is better? The staying in the same village would have been much better. Question yourself. So I don't give the answer because the surroundings are different, right? So in this way, it is taking place.
Depend on the person, Prabhu. Wherever we are, in whichever corner of the world, when we practice Krishna consciousness, wherever we go, we should be strong.
But they should know is Krishna consciousness.
Means we have been already started. Means when we are moving.
Already started.
Yeah.
Already started. For them, what will happen? Detachment is taken place. For them, it doesn't matter whether you are there in America, India, Nepal, Czechoslovakia, or next to the next door secretary. It doesn't matter. Isn't it? The point here is what is happening. In that case, if you see, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami, they were the prime ministers, and they are holding a big position in the Muslim king, right? How they are? As soon as they get into the home, the Bhagavatam starts. They are not bothered about all these things. They are all very exalted personalities. Now the question here is, who are living as on today in this material world, how to rise beyond three modes of material nature? This is what we have to understand. This particular shloka is the most confidential language. These all the hurdles will be there in every step. So he is emphasizing more on chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. And somebody says, I have done a lot of punya karmas. I give a lot of donation to their for Anathalaya, Dasalaya, school, colleges, hospitals, so many things, You mean to say that Prabhupada, somebody was telling, okay, if you don't donate money to the hospital or if you don't donate to the colleges, you mean to say they don't get education or they don't get treatment in the hospital? Only by your supplying money, they will get the treatment. There are 8 billion population. There are more than 250 nations. People are suffering everywhere. Isn't it? Distress and happiness is there from the root itself. And he's put immediately, the elephant eats tons of food. Who is supplying to the elephant? For our breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we are struggling so hard here. Is it not? That is why we have to be very careful. Take Krishna consciousness seriously. The polluted consciousness has to be transformed as early as possible. And these people go to the heavenly planet, these pious people, when they go to the heavenly planet, they enjoy 15, 20,000 years. When they come down to this Mrittiloka, there is no Hare Krishna. Nothing will be here. Nobody is not there to explain about Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam also after 10,000 years. Prabhupada has been questioned by one of the exalted disciples. His name is Allen Ginsberg. What will happen after 10,000 years, Srila Prabhupada? You eat me, I'll eat you. That is the answer. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Any questions or anything while having prasadam, because it's exactly 6:30 now.
Prabhu, you were talking about this helping to construct school, hospital and all that comes under punya karma. So for that punya karma we have to take birth again in the upper planetary system, and there we, after that again when we finish, we have to come here.
Yes.
Yeah, instead of that we have to do.
But there is no guarantee after coming down you're going to take a Krishna consciousness. Today you got the environment of Hare Krishna activities going on worldwide. Preaching is taking place under the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. His mercy is flowing. And if you don't take it up, or if anybody doesn't take it up, such a great opportunity, then what will happen? Isn't it? That is the subject matter. Okay? Srimad Bhagavad Gita Granth ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Hope at least I repeated something which is there in the Shastra. Because for repeating the subject matter also, it requires the mercy. Without the mercy, we cannot repeat. Because we can't concoct our own things. Whatever it is there, you have to.
Each and everything, to raise our hand also we need the